So, good morning. Bringing another video to you today. This time I want to talk about energy vampires. Um, Basically, like, if you're wondering, I'm pretty sure everybody has experienced an energy vampire. Some people are energy vampires and they don't even realize it. You know how, like, when you vent to someone, and it's okay to vent to like a friend or family member or coworker or whoever, but if you like, this is how I recognize energy vampires. Like one time my niece called me up on the phone. Now mind you, before she called me, I was energized, I'm up, I'm doing things, I'm being productive, things of this nature, right? So basically she calls me on the phone, and then basically she starts complaining to me about my mom and whatever else was going on. And so I'm just listening, and then I just noticed that I'm just like and I'm starting to get like tired, and I'm like, I literally had energy. So I got so tired to where I just told her, hey, I'll call you back, but I'm about to take a nap and I'm about to fall asleep. Cause like that's like how tired I was, and I wasn't even on the phone with her that long. So immediately as I got off the phone with her, my energy spiked back up to where it was. And I was like, dang, I'm not saying that like my niece was purposely trying to be an energy vampire, but she definitely was trying or zapping my energy, pulling on my energy. And I'm pretty sure that bit of energy that she did manage to take from me, and me just sitting there and listening to her complain, it probably put her in a better position than what she was. Like, her mood probably increased because of me. However, that's my energy. Like, you ain't about to use my energy to make yourself like feel good. You need to just be trying to make yourself feel good, better, whatever the case may be, on your own. But these are like some things about like energy vampires. Sometimes I feel energy vampires look for reactions. Like, they want to get to your emotions because they can emotionally manipulate or cause you to react, whether you're angry, whether they create sadness. You react emotionally, you're giving them energy. So I would I feel like and it's kind of funny because I'm always been a people person, and I'm just a natural social butterfly, but I'm still protective of my energy, for the simple fact that like I'm not trying to be drained. I know what it's like to be drained with like nothing left. And when I say nothing left, I mean it's like, there's been periods where like my family, they'll text me or call me, and next thing you know, like a whole 7 days or 2 weeks have gone by and nobody's heard from me. And they're like, you good? You good? I'm good. I'm just recharging. And it's taking a long time because people keep zapping my energy. But this is back when I was ignorant about protecting my energy. Be careful. Because, like, just right now, and me talking into this camera, I'm giving you all energy. My video is leaving an energy signature with my current mood, which I'm pretty happy and energized. You know what I'm saying? It's almost 7 o'clock in the morning. This is like my second video I'm making for today. I might make a few more, who knows? But I woke up and I had to talk about these topics because, like, I don't even remember what my dreams were about, but I know my dreams had to do with me making videos for my YouTube channel. And so now my job is to, I understand what I'm going through, and I just want to help others understand, if you're going through the same thing. But anyways, I don't want to even say that I don't want to make this a long video because some of my other videos have been like 20, 30 minutes. So, I don't know, I guess as the channel grows and everything like that, if people want to hear me talk, I'll talk. If you kind of want me to keep it short, sweet, and simple, it'll be that. But as of right now, I'm going to talk about the topics that I want to talk about and just get it out there. So, but yeah, so energy vampires generally don't take accountability for like their part in a situation. You know, like they're always in drama, and I like peace. So anybody who's in drama, you know, take that stuff to your mama. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to hear it. I feel like energy vampires are also the type to gossip. I don't have the energy to talk about anybody in a bad manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that I say, quote unquote, behind your back, I've already told you to your face. You know, I have no problem telling you what I need to tell you. And how you perceive it is how you perceive it, but you can't say I didn't tell you. You know what I mean? And but like signs of energy vampires, like they'll try to one up you. Like my mom, and again, I probably will reference my mother in a lot of these narcissistic type videos because she was the mother. She was the mother of narcs in my life. She was like the big boss in a video game that I have defeated her, and then she has came back to life and she's stronger. I've defeated her again, but then little did I know she has a third freaking life. And I'm like, you know what? It's time to end this, you know? And that's when like I level up and get like these freaking superpowers out of nowhere that I just end it and I win. But anyways, we'll get into all that stuff later. But I mean, I feel like she was a major energy vampire because, you know, like for example, you know, the car that I have now, it's my first car that I bought on my own. My last car, my mom bought for me to control me because she's a controller. And so she, I guess, was angry that my choice of the kind of car I have is better than what she gave me. And I guess she called herself trying to one-up me by buying a Porsche that, one, I know she can't afford, and two, you're up there just stunting for the people back home in St. Louis. Like, don't nobody care about you. You're not that important, lady. Even celebrities are not as important as they think they are. Like, that's just the ego. You know what I'm saying? I don't live from my ego. If I lived out of my ego, please, boy, I'd be extra dolled up and nails and this and that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that because I did have my nails done, but I went and got them done. I just decided to kind of let my nails heal because honestly, all them fake nails and stuff like that, ladies, is really not healthy for your nails. I noticed that the last 2 times, like, my nails became very brittle and unhealthy, basically. So I've been actually putting cocoa butter on my nails to heal the dryness and the cracks, and they look better in time. Probably I'll give them 2 weeks. They'll be stronger, better, maybe a month. I mean, it depends. But I like to get my nails done. I like to treat myself, but ultimately for the health of my nails, they're not healthy. And so I'll do it every now and then, but not all the time. Just like my lashes, you know, I got these done yesterday, you know. I don't need lashes. Oh, my eyes are pretty. I didn't realize how... Do my eyes look green? I don't know. I guess every time I look at my eyes are always like a light brown. So it really looks like my eyes are brown and green. But I don't know. Anyways, my eyelash lady, she was like, your eyes are so pretty. And then with the lashes, they look so cute. Now, I don't need these doggone lashes, but they accent the way my face looks. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all seen them women out there where they just... Now, hey, that's your prerogative. Do you? You got the permission to exist. But me personally, if I'm gonna do something, I prefer the more natural look. People probably will look and they can't tell whether these are actually my real eyelashes and I just use the mascara, or if they're actual lashes. These ain't my lashes, but still though. It was just something that I wanted to do as my way to give self-care to myself. Now, if my mom and I were talking, why are you spending money on this? Why are you spending? Cause it's my money. I made it. I want to do something for myself. Why are you so concerned with my finances? Why are you so concerned about what I do? You need to be focused on you. Stay in your lane, please. Thank you. But anyways, back to like one-upping people. Like, I guess she's always like trying to one-up me, and I'm just living my life. Like, I legit am. Cause like honestly, before like my hair, I cut my hair last year, around October. So it's been a year. And when I say I cut it, I mean I cut it like I buzzed the whole sides, had like a side fade, kind of like a mohawk thing going on. And the reason why I cut it, a lot of people don't even know this. Why I cut it? I cut it because my hair being long, my hair was down my back. I cut my hair because I felt that my hair was holding a lot of trauma. And there was these girls. They have a YouTube channel. I forget their names. I haven't seen them in a while. I recently just like got subscribed to YouTube and got a YouTube channel and all this, but I would occasionally watch them through a friend or whatever. But I remember them two ladies, they had some really long dreadlocks, and they both cut them, and they literally had the Amber Rose, head going on. And they explained that they felt that they were getting rid of like dead weight, things from like their past trauma. And I was like, does that really work? So I gave it a try. Like, usually if anybody would cut my hair, I would cry because I've always had long hair. Um, but I didn't cry. I got rid of that relaxed hair. This is the natural state of my hair. My hair is actually surprisingly naturally curly. Right now I got it in twists, but like if it's like a wash and dry and go thing, like it's really cute and curly. Like I could play with my curls. And I remember my mom, she would always be like, well, if only your hair was curly, your hair would be really long. My hair is curly, just like my dad's hair. And I feel like that's why she started relaxing my hair, because she didn't like him. And because I have curly hair, she doesn't. You want me to like, be like you. But again, as a daughter of a narcissist, she saw me as an extension of herself. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So back to energy vampires. You know what? I think I might as well get used to it. It flows. It just flows versus me feeling like a robot. Like, okay. Because again, I did it again. I wrote a list. It helps keep me on track for the most part. So, anyways, again, they try to like diminish your problems and make theirs seem like it's so much bigger. Like you could be venting to them about your problem. Oh, I just, broke up with my boyfriend or my girlfriend. And then they'll be like, oh, you'll get over it. But me, I'm going through a major divorce. We got to split the house, the kids, the da-da-da. Like they're just trying to like make their situation seem so much more important because they're married and you're just dating. That's just an example. They generally try to give guilt trips or ultimatums, and my mom is the lady of ladies for this. Like, she would always try to guilt trip me, which always worked until I figured out what she was doing, and then I started counteracting those guilt trips. But she would always give me ultimatums as well. And I don't understand why she would ever give me ultimatums, because the ultimatums were dumb. Like, the dumb, like a lot of stupid things regarding me and my mom, I now understand because she has NPD, is considered narcissistic personality disorder. Me, man, look, that shit is demonic. I don't care what anybody says. I have experienced some supernatural stuff from her. And I'll probably get into that into another video because as of right now, like, it would probably freak me out to talk about it right now. I don't know why, but maybe it's just not the right time to talk about it. So we'll go talk about it later. But anyways, another symptom of like an energy vampire is that they're usually codependent. They have to be. I made a video about this, codependency. Go check it out. So they generally are codependent on people because after all, they do need people to get energy from because they can't get energy otherwise. And narcissists, in my opinion, are dead, soulless creatures. They're just meat suits that are walking around like real life zombies is how I would see them. You know what they say, eyes are the window to the soul. I've looked into people's eyes and I could never really 100% put my finger on what was wrong with these individuals that I have encountered, whether it's at the workplace, whether, they were friends, relatives, or whatever. But I know one thing. I would always have a weird feeling. Like, it wasn't like a gut feeling, but it was just, I felt weird. I felt strange. And I couldn't put my finger on why I feel strange or weird, but that's because my body was picking up their evilness, I guess you could say. Their lack of, their negative energy. Energy is real, y'all. Like, people who dislike me, and 9 times out of 10, your energy doesn't resonate with mine. That's why you don't like me. I don't dislike you or, that person or whatever, but I can understand why they dislike me. You dislike me because you just don't resonate with me. And that's perfectly fine because, again, you got the permission to exist. I mean, we all exist. We're all here for a reason. Some people have not found their purpose in life or anything yet. Me personally, I'm walking in my purpose. I'm using my pain, my traumas, my experiences to hopefully encourage and help future people. It doesn't matter if you're old, young, whatever. Like, this is some insidious spiritual stuff going on. But this is just to kind of break it down in the physical aspect of like how we live from the senses, to identify these things. But energy vampires, like, they tend to criticize you, and there's a difference between criticizing someone and being constructively criticizing, giving good feedback in a good constructive feedback type way, and versus criticizing to belittle, demean, make a person feel low and bad about themselves. Like, that's not cool. Healthy people don't do stuff like that. Or they try to like bully, teasing, and, they try to use intimidation tactics to essentially try to get their way, Energy vampires want their way. And if they can't get it, they're going to find manipulative ways to go about it. And it's easy to I can't say easy because if you're just now diving into this topic, there's a lot to learn. Me personally, I have learned through 27 years of experience. I've grown up around these people. Speaking on narcissists, who also are energy vampires. But it explained a lot, how I would have these days where, stop scratching on that. Sorry, cat scratching up my dog on the couch. Yeah, so, I just learned a lot, and I'm like, man, is that what I went through? That's what I went through. And so I just want to like share things, so that y'all can, get a feel for like, you know, either this resonates with you or it doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of narcissistic related channels out there that teach you. I have my favorites that I listen to. All of their videos generally are like 30 minutes to an hour, probably 2 hours. But the knowledge is invaluable and I feel validated. And just like one of my YouTubers that I like to follow, her channel is Trace Face It. She said the best healing is to get out there and tell your story. And I mean, I'm not sitting here getting like super in depth about like my life. I'm just simply using my mom because there's a lot of people out there who have narcissistic parents, and that truly affects a empathic person because you're trying to find your way into the world. But then this is where I think that like it's a choice between um being a narcissist and being an empath, because like my mom would always say things to me like you're nothing like me, and I kind of used to take it as an insult because everybody always would compliment me and be like, oh, you look just like your mom, and this, that, and the third. To be honest, I look nothing like my mom. I honestly don't. um the only thing me and my mom have in common is the color of our eyes. I'm lighter. I'm lighter than her. I'm like the same complexion as my dad. You know, I have like a lot of features that are more of my dad than my mom. And I think that's also part of the reason why, she doesn't like me, is because just like she couldn't control him, she can't control me. And that just burns her up. But hey, here's some little tips on to counteract energy vampires. Put boundaries in place. Make sure that you also guard your emotions. Don't give them an inch, because those are the kind of people who try to take a mile. And I'm not even gonna lie, like just the topic of narcissism alone has explained every last saying that I've ever heard growing up. Oh my god, like all those sayings, that's probably what I'm gonna make my next video about. Sayings, probably. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I got so much to talk about. But anyways, oh, and adjust your expectations, because I feel like when you adjust your expectations, um, you basically are putting yourself in a mindset to not expect too much from the energy vampire, essentially, or that person, whoever they may be. So I would say adjust your expectations of them. Some people, you just kind of have to meet them where they're at, because there's a lot of people who come off where I'd be like I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I moved here, in my mind, I kind of felt slightly paranoid. Like again, I said I'm a social butterfly, and I kind of felt slightly paranoid. I really wouldn't say, I guess, paranoid, but extremely cautious as to who I allow into my life, my space. I now vet friends. I now, like, new friends, I now vet them. I don't even consider folks that I meet as friends. Like, you're an associate, you went from stranger to associate, and based on your, stop scratching, hey, um they are a mess. I get on here to do videos, and these two knuckleheads start doing all this crazy nonsense, acting like they on kitty crack. I don't know what's in that them cat treats, but they ain't gonna get none for a minute. um Anyways, because they distracted me a little bit. Shoot, what was I talking about? What is it? I was talking about energy vampires. Darn it. I'm gonna have to seriously put them in a room when I'm doing these videos, because I hate when they distract me and get me off topic. Okay, I can't remember where I was, but Another thing you can do is cut them off. Just cut them off and be done with it. Um, oh, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about vetting, how people start off as strangers, then they become acquaintances, and I vet them because, the vetting process weeds out the negative energy vampires, the complainers, the toxic, vile people. Like once I was able to identify toxicity, because I lived in toxicity for a very long time. It became my norm to where when I would go to like friends' houses and I would see how they would interact with their family, I was just like, wow, okay, so I like how, they're close with their siblings or they're close with their family. Where in my family, there's just a very lot of dysfunction. And I'm pretty sure there's dysfunction in anybody's families, but the level of dysfunction that, you know, in my family, like, I feel like I'm the only one who sees it. Nobody else sees a problem with themselves or what they say or what they do or how they treat people, that I'm just like, wow, that's, they know how to act when it comes to, say, getting a job and being professional at work and whatnot. But as far as other things go, like, but yeah, so I vet my acquaintances, and so far, acquaintances that I've met here in Texas since being here, a lot of them got disqualified. Um, like for example, there was like this one guy, I met him at this one job I was working at. He seemed pretty cool or whatever, and he was like, oh, could we hang out? And so I was like, sure, because I'm still in the process of doing my own healing, but I don't want to isolate myself and like change my bubbly personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, narcissists and toxic people can target me all they want. However, I have the power to block them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feed myself, I clothe myself, I take care of myself. I don't need these people. I was doing just fine in life before I knew you existed. So I'm going to do just as fine, if not even better, because that's a lesson. I feel like everyone that you meet is there to teach you something. It's up to you to determine what it is that that person is there to teach you. Like, for example, there was this guy. I nicknamed him Titty Boy, and that's probably mean. Whatever, I don't care. I nicknamed him Titty Boy. I never told him that that's his name, but that's how I talk to my friends and family about him, or how I describe him. And I call him Titty Boy because he has boobs bigger than mine, and that's not attractive. And secondly, he came off as super desperate. That's not attractive either. And I don't like how fast or pushy he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I met you from work. One, I told you from day one, I'm not interested in dating. We can be cool, you know, because I have to vet him before I can let him into my life like that. So he proceeds to try to like pinpoint my weaknesses, and because he randomly mentioned something about, well, who hurt you, why are you so closed off? Dude, I'm not closed off. I just feel that my life ain't your business. And if you feel that like that's closed off, I'm sorry to say, but it just like was weird how he came off or whatever. And generally abusers, and negative people, energy vampires, all these people are charismatic, they're nice, they're charming, they're good looking. In this case, he's not. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. He ain't my type. I don't like fat boys. And I say boys because he's like a 30 something, 33 year old guy, who acts like a child. I have standards, like, I'm single, no kids. If you got kids, I don't wanna fuck with you. I mean, it's not that I like dislike you. It's just I that can be my standard. You want to know why it can be my standard? Because I don't have kids. So if I don't have kids, I'm not obligated to tolerate your kids. You know, and then I don't want to deal with your baby mama drama or any of that. I'm not obligated to any of that. I'm not obligated to deal with your ex-wife and, nah, I'm not obligated to that. I'm not obligated at all. And people get offended because they don't fit my profile of what I want or, what I would like. And it's like, so I don't even say anything. Like, if a guy comes up and is like, well, what are you looking for in a man? I'll know. I'll know. That's all you need to know. I shut my mouth. I don't sit there and just, spit out all that's in my mind and in my heart anymore. I did that ignorantly before. Now I just keep it to myself. I mean, of course, I'm telling y'all who's watching this, but you see my point? I can have a standard because I myself meet that standard. Like, it would be unfair, in my opinion, for me to have 6 kids and be like, I want a man who's single and no kids. What type of stuff is that? But me being single without kids, it's okay for me to have an expectation of a person being single without kids. Now, of course, some people will be like, well, you're getting older, you're getting closer to your 30s. You're right. And at one point I did feel like my biological clock was ticking. But you know what? I've come to accept that if I have to live the rest of my days alone, no spouse, no kids, none of that, I'm happy with it because I'm not desperate for marriage, a family, a husband, kids. I'm not desperate for these things. What I am desperate in life for is my purpose. And my purpose is writing. I'm definitely passionate about domestic violence because this narcissism stuff, this insidious evil, I'm very passionate fighting against it, which I know I'm a light worker. I'm a person of the light. Like, God is with me. The universe works in my favor to help and assist me. Like, that's how I look at it. But I mean, this guy that I was talking about, Titty Boy or whatever, like, he just said, he to me, I got narcissistic vibes from him. Mainly because, the second time me and him hung out, for example, he he was like, yeah, cause like we were leaving or whatever, and we were getting ready to leave, and so he was like, oh, so when are you gonna let me drive your car? And I looked at him, and I guess I had a face of disgust because you a grown man. Why would you ask to drive my car? Secondly, like, we're not friends like that. Thirdly, you ain't on my insurance. You ain't paying nothing towards this car. Fourthly, like, why do you feel entitled? And that just put me off from even like wanting to be friends with this dude. And so then he tried to laugh it off. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, you weren't. I looked you dead in your eyes and you were dead serious. Dead serious. And then on top of that, like, for some odd reason, he kept on trying to, like, come to my house. Look, I changed up the way, when discovering narcissists, I have changed up how I date. Oh, I have changed it up. We could be dating for several years. You still ain't gonna know where I live. Like, I'm super protective of my space. This is when I life is hard enough as it is. When I go out into the world, I have to deal with the stresses of that particular day. So when I come home, I want to come home to my sanctuary, my place of peace, sound, quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want any tension here. You know, that's another reason why the one guy I told you about who was like, "Hey, can I stay with you?" Hell no. I said no because one, I don't trust you. Two, this is my space and I feel like, you know, I don't have time for there to be tension in my household. You know, this is my household and I don't want that. Three, you're gonna try and like freeload because you know he was a pothead, so you're gonna be trying to eat up all of my food that I bought. And four, you might possibly terrorize my pets when I'm not here. So I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. You just gotta make other plans elsewhere, you know. But yeah, you know, like it's just funny. Like when I vet people, you know, what I'm saying I'm kind of looking for how they act. But then again, it's like there's some people who come off as narcissistic because they were in a relationship or trauma bonded to this person for so long that they have the tendencies have rubbed off on that person, you know. Because I feel like dealing with my mom for 27 years, like I was toxic, or I had toxic tendencies because of her. And in cutting her off, in getting far away from her physically, distancing myself emotionally, doing for myself in ways that I never have before, has given me perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I've done tremendous healing. Again, I said healing is a continuous process. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm healed. No, no. It's important to heal because, you know, if you don't, that's how these energy vampires get in. That's how, you know, these insidious, evil, negative, low vibrational people get into your life and affect you. You know, if my frequency is high because I eat healthy, I don't want to be with someone who eats junk food all day. Anyways, I got off the topic. There's still so much to talk about, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Until next time, bye. It's your girl Shay.